Hey fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the top altcoin picks for 2024 and 2025. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so Bitcoin is still looking good. Again, we don't usually go over Bitcoin and altcoins in the same video, but it does still look good. It's potentially bouncing here off of kind of this general area on the daily. I already told you guys about this, okay? It is a little overbought on the daily. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It does look a little expensive, but it doesn't mean it can't keep going up. This is crypto after all. It could just keep going up for like another 2 months straight. I wouldn't be surprised. But I do want to point out that we are oversold, or I should say we were oversold on the 4-hour time frame. Last time we got this, we blasted off from 68,000 to nearly 100,000. So this is a significant marker of a potential bottom here. So I do think that Bitcoin probably will just keep going up. I mean, could this be a red week? Sure. Maybe we get like a few weeks of chop or something like that while the altcoins blast off to the moon, and then eventually Bitcoin starts ripping up again, maybe sometime in December. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. So in terms of alt season here, alt season is currently at play. I think, in my opinion, it's just starting. Whether this is the main one or not remains to be seen. But again, like I told you guys before, we are looking for something very specific here, okay? So what we're looking for is a breakdown of this rising wedge. The rising wedge pattern, as you guys know, technically speaking, is a bearish pattern. In this case, this is a good thing. This means that Bitcoin would kind of bob around a little bit, maybe before going higher. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But the Bitcoin dominance going down is a good thing for the altcoins, okay? It could also be potentially a good thing for the grayscale trusts, because again, the grayscale trusts most of them are altcoin related. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. Just wanted to tell you all that. Try to keep the festivities at play here, right? We all got families to think about and stuff like that. No need for conflict. Right now, during the holiday season, it is a time of peace. That is what we want. So yeah, anyways, happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. I did also want to bring up, if you guys want to, you can sign up for a channel membership. It's $25 a month. You just have to hit the join button below the video. This is crypto. I mean, you guys are going to want this content like that. You know what I'm saying? As fast as possible, because these things are going to move very fast during this bull run for the next roughly 12 months or so. And you don't have to sign up for it. It's optional. Again, if you sign up for it, you decide you don't want it, you can always change your mind and cancel it. That's entirely up to you. So back to it. The thing I want to point out here about this is this. Okay, so we're seeing a potential death cross on the Bitcoin dominance here. That could potentially mean that we are about ready to get a major alt season. Again, a lot of these altcoins that we have gone up quite a bit, but not really that much yet. Okay, they're just slowly inching up. Like, for example, trying to give you guys an example of here that I have. The only one that I really have that's massively in profit is Horizon. This thing's not even a 2x up yet. Okay, when I say like a real all season, I'm talking like 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 X's. Okay, we're talking stupid, absolutely retarded gains. Okay, we're not talking small time here. We're talking big time. Like hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars will be made in these all seasons, and we want to be on the receiving end of that, right? So again, I think we're kind of in here somewhere. It's hard to say exactly, but this is kind of right. Not exactly, but kind of right around that same time frame. Do I think we're going to get another push up for Bitcoin dominance in December? It's possible. I can't say with any certainty at this point exactly what to expect, but usually the alt season doesn't really kick off until at least Q1 of the post-halving year. We're looking for something like this, okay? Nice big fat red candles on the Bitcoin dominance, which means that the alt season has taken place. Again, for this to truly take place, we got to get out of the wedge to the downside, out of the resistance zone, below all of the EMAs, and then even below this level here, I'd say probably once we break down below 54%, I would say it's pretty much a guarantee that we're in all season. Okay, so going over the positions here, and again, I don't have the spreadsheets in front of me, so I can't show you guys the actual numbers here, but I do pretty much have these memorized at this point. I think it's a good idea. to have them memorized, because you really never look. We're not always going to be at the computer. Sometimes we'll be on the phone. So when we're on the go, we want to remember what our cost basis is at the time. So if for whatever reason one of the altcoins just goes stupid and does like a 10x in 2 weeks or something like that, we want to be able to bring back to memory what the cost basis was, so we're not missing out taking profit at the top, right? It's kind of important. But I'll tell you guys right now, our average cost basis on Ethereum, and again, I had to go back and redo the calculations on this, but it is actually $1,600 per coin, which means we're about $2,000 in profit on the position that we have right now in terms of the dollar amount. So I'm not going to go deep into the technicals on this video. That's not really what this is about. So I'm going to tell you guys what I think the ultimate targets are going to be for these. Okay. So in terms of the macro on Ethereum, we've already gone over this. This thing could go as high as 17,000. Again, that would not surprise me. That was Bitcoin's all-time high in 2017. Would not shock me if that happened this time. Personally, I think we're probably going to maybe take profit somewhere between 10 to 15,000. That is kind of the goal here. I think it's a reasonable expectation that it could easily hit 10,000. I wouldn't be surprised. That's only a 2x the previous all-time high, so it's definitely reasonable, I would say. So anything from 5,000 to 10,600 in terms of the kind of micro view here. We're really just looking for like maybe a 5x. I mean, 5x 1,600 is like 9,000 or something like that, 8,000. It's not really all that much. So Litecoin's pretty simple. We have this one, although we only have 2 Litecoin. We don't have like 80 like we did last cycle. We had a huge amount last cycle, but we don't have that much this cycle because we just didn't have the time to accumulate. So pretty much what I'm looking for here on the targets on this one is we're kind of looking for this thing maybe to land somewhere between these swing highs here. So maybe 230, 240, all the way up to maybe about 300. Litecoin does usually run quite a bit during these bull runs. Again, that's an oscillator to Bitcoin, so that's to be expected. I'd say an 8 to 10x from lows to highs on Litecoin is probably reasonable. Our average on this one is, I think, about $90 or so. So about a 2 to 3x. Now, alternatively, we could just cash out and just say, you know what, screw it. We're just going to sell everything right now. We don't care. We don't want to wait. But we're not going to do that. If we did, we would pull out about $25,000 right now and just move that over into passive income investments and just live on it. But again, we're calculating that we're probably going to make quite a bit. I don't want to say exactly how much, but it's up in the 6 figures. It's a lot. Okay. So Filecoin, this is looking very bullish. Okay. All the indicators, the EMAs, all that, they're starting to point up. The price action has had a close above the weekly time frame. Again, we're not really basing these moves on the particular coins themselves, more kind of the timing of the cycle, so to speak, all season, all that stuff. What we want to see is a break and close above 12 to move all the way up to 27. And then once we get a break above those kind of bear market swing highs for Bitcoin back in March of 2022, on $28 on Filecoin, this thing should probably start ripping pretty hard straight up to about 50, and then somewhere between, I'd say, about 100 and, well, probably about 100 to 120. Again, nice round numbers like 50, 100, 200. Psychological levels are a real thing in this market, believe it or not. That's why 100K Bitcoin has not been broken yet. So the targets that we have for Filecoin is roughly going to be, we'll probably start, maybe consider taking some off the table around 90 to 100 and then get completely out right around 120. It could always go higher, sure. Wouldn't surprise me if it went up to 200 this cycle, but we don't want to get dumped on either, so that's something to be considerate of. Now, whether Filecoin goes to new all-time highs or not, I don't know. That remains to be seen. So HSEN, this is looking very bullish. We'll just have to wait and see how this closes the week. But right now, it does look like it wants to snap this high up here and maybe go all the way up to 23. I wouldn't be surprised. Horizon is one of these tokens that, just so you guys know, with Filecoin, our average cost on this is $5.50 per token. So we're actually in profit right now. Horizon, we're also in profit, where our average is, I think, about $9.50 on this one. So this is one of those tokens that actually did go to all-time highs, cycle over cycle. I have to find a chart here to show you guys that actually shows you this, but going back in time here, you can see in 2018, 17, it went to $71, and then this thing went even more high, all the way up to $175. So it doubled, or 2.5x from peak to peak. So, I mean, it could just go all the way up to 170. I wouldn't be surprised. But personally, what we're thinking on this one is probably about a 10x. We're probably going to be looking to take some profit right around these numbers here. So about 90 to 100, 110, somewhere in there. Because again, it's impossible to say where the top is. The two best ways to guarantee locking profit in crypto, or I shouldn't say guaranteeing, but to give yourself the best edge in taking profits off the table and not getting dumped on by the whales and the rest of the market when the top is in, is to scale out on the way up, or have a certain level that you want to take profit at in the back of your mind before the price gets to that particular zone, right? Okay, so AIOZ, our average cost basis on this 72 cents. We're in profit, but we're not selling. Not yet, at least. There are reasons for that. So it's an AI token. It's probably going to make new all-time highs. If I had to guess, likely that's going to happen. Same thing on render. So targets here on the micro, 150 to about 3.25. If I'm going for the macro, it becomes a little bit more extreme. And AIOZ is a pretty small project, so again, the market cap is quite small. It wouldn't surprise me if it actually went higher than the 4.236 here. But the highest point here is roughly about $5. We're personally looking to take profit probably somewhere around, I'd say maybe around 3 to 350 per token, somewhere in there. I don't think that's much of a stretch, if I'm being honest. That's literally only about a 3x the previous all-time highs. Okay, so Dash, this is a good old school token. It has a low token count as far as I know. I think it is actually 21 million, just like Bitcoin. But it's looking pretty bullish, starting to move up. I told you guys this months ago that this was probably going to happen at some point. Again, we're in accumulation down here. Eventually, this thing's got to rip, right? It can't just stay flat forever. That would be kind of stupid to buy an altcoin for it just to do nothing, right? That kind of defeats the purpose. So everything looks bullish. Indicators look good. The price is starting to rip pretty hard. Not surprised. Now, when the RSIs do eventually hit overbought, does that mean that it's overbought and it can't go higher? No, it does not. I'm actually going to show you guys an example of what that would look like. So we hit overbought here, but didn't get that shaded green. What happened? We went sideways and then up. We got overbought here on Bitcoin, went sideways and went up while the indicator pulled back. And then we got our top when this thing got really, really overbought, kind of in that 90 area, all the way up at the top there. So yeah, these things can probably get overbought and then just keep on climbing after a little bit of cool down. That's typically how it goes in crypto. So Dash, or average for Dash, is roughly about $38. It's pretty much break even right now. Again, we need to get a close above 40 to start blasting off to higher highs, 62 days, 78.80 on this one. So that's our average, roughly about $38. If we get above 80, I mean, it's pretty much game over. After that point, it's probably going to moonshot straight up to 140. Personally, I can tell you guys right now, we're probably going to be looking to take profits on this one. I would say it's probably somewhere in this box up here, so maybe 200 to about 280-ish is a good target. I mean, that's a good clean 5 to 7x. I can't complain about that, right? Okay, so next one here, Algorand. This one has this has just exploded. This is pretty insane. I'm not really surprised. I mean, this is I forget what it's called. I think it's ISO 22022 or something like that. You guys will have to look into it, but anything in this category is going to be extremely bullish. There's reasons for that. I'm not going to go over that in this video. So our average cost basis on this is 33 cents. We're looking probably to get out right around $1.50, which is kind of up in this area somewhere. If it breaks these highs up here at 33, it's probably going to shoot straight up to 70 to about $1, 70 cents to $1. That wouldn't surprise me. But it looks pretty bullish overall. Next one here, Banker Network. So this one also looks very bullish. The indicators, the EMAs, all that jazz, they're all pointing up. That's very, very good and everything. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, these are SHID coins. They ain't going nowhere. God, it's going to zero, guys. We're never going to make money. Well, newsflash. Money's being made right now, dude. Not just in these coins, but in a lot of these coins. A lot of these coins have really ripped. I mean, Mana's a good example. I think somebody said Mana was dead. Oh, Mana's dead. It ain't going nowhere. It don't look dead to me, bro. I mean, look at this. Look at this move. 217% gain. If it gets past this level, I mean, it's going to get stupid. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, very short-term mindset. A lot of these people think like this. They want it now. They want it like a Minuteman right now in this very second. They're not willing to kind of be patient and wait for the good stuff to roll in. But this is Wall Street versus retail, y'all. Wall Street thinks, look, I'm going to tell you guys right now. Wall Street thinks in terms of months and years, not days, okay? Retail, they think in terms of days. They think in terms of hours, minutes. If it's not going up to the moon 10 million% in the next second, then the whole sky is falling and the world's going to come to an end. And oh God, we're all doomed. Everybody's going to die. Guys, these things move fast, but they don't move that fast, okay? You got to be realistic about this. All right, so Banker average cost for us, I think, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's actually 78 cents, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just shy of break even here. But again, told you guys forever. I mean, bro, I literally cannot even make this stuff up. We told you guys this, okay? When it goes sideways at the bottom of a swing move, that's accumulation. Usually what happens at some point in the future is it goes up. Literally can't make this stuff up. You guys are seeing this in real time. So what are the targets for Banker here? Well, our personal targets are probably going to be, I would say maybe we might try to shoot for the highs on this one because it's like rank 620 on CoinGecko. That's very low. This thing's less than 100 million. We may wait for it to kind of hit that $10 area. We'll see how this one plays out. We would be pretty comfortable taking this in this area here, right around 460 to 560. Wouldn't have any complaints about that. But it's super micro cap. I mean, this thing's like 85 million or something. It's almost non-existent. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Render is looking very bullish. I mean, again, accumulation, boom, pops off to the moon. Told you this was coming. So for Render, our average on this, I think, is like $11 or 10 something. We have not averaged down on this one yet. This is the one that we have not averaged down on. I'd say we'd probably be good taking like a 3x on this. So if it gets to $30, maybe 30, $35, we'll probably take profit on it at that point. I don't see any reason why that would be a bad idea. It could go up to 50. Scale. This one, we're pretty much at break even here. Our average is, I think, roughly about 7 cents flat. And again, accumulation into the pop. That's what we're seeing right now. We saw it before last year as well. Personal targets I have for this one is going to be, this is also a pretty small cap. I would say probably maybe somewhere in this area, roughly about 50 to 70. That's a nice clean 7 to 10x. That's a pretty good return. Could it go higher? Yes. Are we willing to wait for that? Probably not, because again, when crypto goes up, it goes up fast, but when it goes down, most of the time it comes down fast too. And we want to get out making bank. You know what I mean? We don't want to get out and be like, oh God, and we didn't make anything, or we didn't lose anything, but we didn't make anything either. Who wants to be that guy, right? Nobody. Okay, so GALA, we have not bought any more on GALA. We've kind of just been sitting on it. And this is one we also have not averaged down on. So our average is about 6 cents. We're underwater on this one. Not a big deal because everything else is in profit or break even. This is a big project. A lot of people talk about this one. It's very popular. The gaming sector and crypto is very popular. These are probably going to do pretty well. GALA may even see a new all-time high this cycle. I wouldn't be surprised. I would say the target for us probably going to be somewhere around maybe an 8 to 10x. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe 50 to 60 cents, somewhere in there. And this is going to require some patience. Like, can they get overbought? Yes. Is the first peak that we see ever going to be it, and it's not going to go higher than that? I really highly doubt it. I mean, these are altcoins. They usually do stuff like that. You'll get like a small pump, and then you'll get a bigger pump, and then you'll get an even bigger one. So they kind of move in waves. It's not as simple as just, oh, it's gone up 100%, so it must be over. Yeah, altcoins don't do that, dude. They I mean, look, see, small pump, bigger pump, and then the final blow off top. We're looking for kind of oops, wrong. That was the wrong indicator. My bad. We're looking for something like this. Okay, the big Burj Khalifa pattern right at the top of a move. I can show you guys another chart where this actually was pretty prevalent. So yeah, I mean, hold on one second. This is actually a Burj Khalifa pattern right here too. This what we're talking about. We're straight up, right? Literally just nothing but straight up. Yeah, if we see something like this on any of these cryptocurrencies, especially going to all-time highs, that's a pretty good indication that we're probably going to get out. I mean, like I told you guys with MicroStrategy, are we bullish on it? Yes. Would we touch it up here with a 10-foot pole? Hell no. Got overbought on the weekly, and this thing is just completely detached from reality. It's, even as of right now, it's still sitting a couple $100 above the highs, or above the EMAs, I mean. We wouldn't touch this. If we see something like this, that's basically get the hell out, and we're going to take profit, and we don't want to get dumped on, right? So yeah, we're looking for probably somewhere between, I'd say, about an average of an 8 to 10x on these altcoins. And the reason why we only have a few, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total. With the, well, wait a minute, let me recount that. 11 total. With basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8 out of 11 of these being our main positions. The reason why we've kind of scaled down and concentrated down is for two reasons. Okay, number one, it's really difficult to track like too many positions during a crypto bull run because everything moves so fast, and all of these altcoins probably are not going to peak at the same time. So we want to be able to concentrate and really zone in and make sure we can cash out where it makes sense, right? It's really hard to do that when you have like 50 or 100 different positions that you have to look at day by day by day and, try to track too many to count to take profit on, right? And number two, Gary Gensler, thank God, is not going to be in the space anymore. He's gone. Trump's going to fire him or he's going to resign, whichever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. He's gone. That's all I care about, which means that these tokens, the crypto space in general is not going to get witch hunted anymore. These exchanges, the tokens that they delisted are probably going to get relisted back on those exchanges, which is going to be very bullish for the price. It's good for the crypto space. If people want to go degen their money in crypto, it doesn't matter what the token is. They should have the right to do it. I mean, right? It's the United States, land of the free, home of the brave, right? You shouldn't have these stupid politicians trying to tell people what to do with their money. It's ridiculous. And the SEC is no exception. I'm not giving them any slack here. I mean, just because they're not Congress doesn't mean anything to me, okay? I'm pretty sure everybody in crypto feels the same way about this. So if you guys feel differently, leave a comment below. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.